Alright, so today's video we're watching a gold 4 tank on PC playing D.Va, Reinhardt, Mauga, and Zarya. You know, when I see those hero swaps, it feels like that's the hero swaps of the other tank swapping. But we'll see. Description says, alright, so I've been watching your videos for a while and thought I would send you a replay. I see you play a lot of D.Va and I thought I could get some help. We started as attack on Dorado and I felt like I was playing pretty good and everything went just fine. When we started off on defense, I suspected that they would counter swap to Zarya, so I went Reinhardt instead, but that's when the game started to fall over. They had a Bastion that would melt my shield, and then, and then me, so I tried Mauga, and then it went a little better in my opinion, but it didn't really work. I'm mainly a DPS player, but I'm trying to learn D.Va. Any advice would help? Thanks in advance, and love from Sweden. All right, sounds good. I'll do my best to see what you're doing, and we'll go from there, all right? Here we go. D.Va's a good selection on Dorado. D.Va's a good selection. Here we go. Not bad. So far, this is normal. Okay. Well, one approach that I try here on Dorado and can be pretty good is go up here. Start going up here. And the reason why you do this is because, one, obviously you might have a free kill on the Pharah. But two, you get the opportunity to kind of like dive behind them and make plays. Does that make... So what I want you to do is try not to just face tank the Junker Queen, right? I don't know what's going on here with the Junker Queen there. There's a... All right. But anyway, like, instead of just, like, going against the Junker Queen, why not, like, go up here? And now you can battle the Pharah. They're going to have to back away, and then you can flank behind the Zen, and they have to look for you, and then you can back away this way. Like, so you have, like, a much better escape route and opportunity than just kind of just standing on the cart. And a lot of tank, especially in the 5v5 setting, is... If you're playing a mobile tank, you don't want to be just like face tanking. And don't get me wrong, I run into this problem too sometimes where I kind of get into default, go to cart, stand there and fight the other tank. And generally, my tank games go better when I don't do that. So I just wanted to start off with that where it's like you have opportunity to use the map to go and get kills and you're kind of just walking right in front of them. And that's why, and your HP is kind of showing that. So, like even now, like, yeah, okay, your Hanzo gets the kill. But even there, you can go up, there's like a platform up there to go up there. See, so you end up going there anyway. So hopefully you can see why now I wanted you to go up here. I mean, look at the vision you have now. Look at the opportunity you have. You have more cover. You have all this. And you don't have to worry about the Queen right now. The Queen's on your team, yeah, but like you don't have to worry about that, and you can decide when to engage in. So it's a good habit to get into. You're not always going to be able to take that high ground because every team denies that high ground differently. But why not at the beginning at least see how they're playing that? Because, like, either A, they absolutely annihilate you in the first 5 seconds and you go, okay, that's not going to work. Or B, you go up there and go, okay, this is going to work. And then you can play from there, you know? Or they don't get you at all and you just reset and you're fine. So, okay, again, you said, won't the D.Va do, like, no damage from that high ground? It's not about... I can show you. So it's not about the damage you're doing from the high ground. I'm not telling you to go here and shoot at somebody up here. It's not about just like trying to shoot somebody up here and do 1 damage to them. It's about setting up your spots to have a much better opportunity for a kill. Because if I go here, right, and they're up here, right, well now I can technically just fly like this over the top left, right, and have an easy access point. Okay, if they're playing like they were, which we saw where they're all stacked right here. All right, you see this? Then I can fly down here, or not even fly, drop down and kill the Zenyatta, and then fly back up if I need to. So it's not about doing damage from here. It's about having this as an access point for you and your team if they decide to choose it and use it, right? That is more of what it's about. It's about taking... It's about not sitting on cart and having 4 people look at you. It's about taking basically the opportunity to get to their back line for free without taking any damage and then making your decision. So it's not about doing damage here. It's about setting up here, and that's what it's all about. Payload rolling out. Like here, you would go up again to the high ground because they're going to sit the choke and fight you, right? Or the Mercy's going to fly into your team. Okay, and then sometimes that just happens and you just get a team fight. Top left is an Ana, and you're really tunnel vision on this Queen. Like my decision making there would probably go to get the Ana that's back left or top left now, but like it's all going to work out. Right, again, there's times where it's just going to work out and it's fine. I'm just giving you an option to show you that there was an Ana high ground that you saw and heard that you could have killed too, and then the Queen's dead there anyway. But, again, the Queen kill's also good, so it's like, it's not bad, it's just showing you multiple options there. You should be fine. Yeah, you got card. Remember, there is a Pharah behind, so you want to help peel. Like, that's a free Pharah kill if you go for it. Yeah, well, you didn't even have to. There you go. Everything seems fine so far. Queen's running in. Do they keep using rockets too early? I haven't really been worried about the rocket usage so far. Rocket usage requires the setup time, so if their rockets are being used early, I think that's more of a lack of setting up correctly than it is like their rockets are bad. It kind of goes hand in hand. Like, if you're not setting up correctly, then your rockets are going to be more defensive. I don't know why an Ana stood on your body when I got nothing on that one. At that point, like, sometimes you get free kills and you just take them. I don't know what that was, but hey, we take it. Don't be afraid to get this Pharah or put more pressure on Pharah. Okay, you are getting a little bit. I was just saying, you're getting a little bit like cart centric. Like, you're just going to the cart and sitting there, but you're fine at the kills. Yeah, Diana just like stood right next to you. Nice, good play. That's why I'm saying you can go for the Pharah more. You can do plays like that. How come when I say Pharah more, it sounds like I'm talking about like a Paramore like spin-off band? All right, here we go. Pharah behind. Again, if you find your default gameplay loop is ended up on the Jungle Queen over and over again, you're eventually going to have difficulties against these comps. Okay. So you see yourself peeling for your teammates, all right? This is what they see. Okay. We have full vision of your defense matrix. Now, what do you notice? On your screen, you're like, yeah, I'm saving my teammates. On their screen, I'm going, that's an easily DMAC D.Va if you shoot a D.Va, because you're not doing that. So when you defense matrix your teammates, you need to find better angles. And what I mean by that is, like, technically if you just like do this and like angle like that, this defense matrix would actually help your Hanzo the same way. Right, you could even go like at this angle. Think about your position. Just because your defense matrix does not mean you're safe on this side of DM. You have no DM here. Your DM is this. This is how your defense matrix works. Probably go, you can't see the exact vision of it all, but like this is how it works. See? Understanding how to use that correctly and angle yourself correctly, like, you know, with your DM is a big part of that gameplay. Is understanding like not taking that extra damage. Thankfully they didn't like take advantage of that and demech you there, but like they very much could have. You're running that at Junker Queen, and this is where you need to learn your engagements. You're not the same playstyle as Junker Queen. You're not sitting there trying to proc carnage and do like this, like really, like, can you tank against a Queen? Of course. Like, you know, tanks HP, you have the ability to do that, but it's not going to lead to good results for the most part. It's not going to lead to good results for the most part, and that's what you're seeing right there. Just stop trying to 1v1 the Queen. Wait for the right opportunity. Because the Queen eventually isn't going to look for you. So, like, that's when you take your moment to go in and do a bunch of damage, because the Queen isn't ready for that, right? You have your ult coming out. I gotta start looking at your DM usage now. I've been looking a lot at, like, your target priority. Yeah, so, like, right there, like your DM usage, I think you're gonna go for an ult here, which actually isn't a bad ult spot. I've actually gotten kills here. You're just DMing to DM at this point. You need to have a reason as to why you're DM. Are you DMing to block heals? Are you DMing to like block Junker Queen damage? But like, why would you do it at that range? You know, are you DMing to? Are you just DMing the Genji's deflect in case your teammates shoot into it? Like, good target focus here on the Ana. That's good. So I want you to start thinking more about why you're DMing and not just hit the button to hit the button. Because that's gonna end up where you're not gonna notice it a ton for a while, but then eventually you're just gonna start being like, holy crap, like where's my defense matrix? Like I have no DM, and it's more because of your usage on defense matrix than anything else. Also, this Queen and Ana just hecked up. That's some free kills for you, nice. Oh, good sleep. That's fine. You get the kills. Good job. Going back. Also for perks, you pick fine perks here. I usually lean towards the shield one nowadays. The heavy missile one just ain't worth it to me. I feel like the problem with the heavy missile one is it takes away some of my playstyle of being aggressive on backline. It's good for, like, tanks in front of you. It's just not as good as, like, overall, this one's way better, in my opinion. And then, yeah, the minor perk one. The minor perk one is, whatever. You can go with either one. I don't think they're as effective on D.Va, so. Now, you could go... I would wait an extra second here on your DM. Remember your HP. So I want you to play to live. Yeah, there you go. Now go in. You're good. You can go in. You're good. Nice. That was smart to back up a little bit. Again, I keep doing this as a constant reminder to tank players. It's okay to take an extra 1/10 of a second, half of a second, an extra second to make sure your HP is at a reasonable amount to go for kills. So, you should get this easily, and your team caps the point. But, as you can tell, you're doing a lot of, like, you're there, but, like, some of the gameplay isn't quite... You can tell there's a lot more you can do. You kind of just default to ending up in front of the other tank and then hoping for the best. And that's going to be where your gameplay becomes very inconsistent, because some tanks aren't going to let that happen, and some teams are not going to let you just sit there and basically do that. So you end up doing... Yeah, you said you feel like you do a lot of nothing, and that's kind of what can happen. It's not like you aren't being effective. It's just you're not, like... You're going to end up just in games where... If you play like that specifically, it's not going to go this way all the time. You're going to get DMAC constantly. You're going to fall over. You're going to, like, start to be like, oh, should I swap tanks? Should I do this? Like, in reality, if you just change your position and replay how you play it, you'll be in a much better spot. At least that's how I'm seeing it. So, all right, let's see how your Reinhardt is. I know you said you swapped Rein because you predicted a counter swap, which, I mean, hey, that's a part of the game, right? So, let's see. All right. That's a good fire strike. 24% ult charge off of one fire strike. We take those. Dropping here is fine, but you gotta play corners. You gotta play corners. This is not a corner, this is the middle of the open. This is the corner, and then you have the ability to go right side to minimize damage. Nope, nope. Okay. Path in here. You wanna... The reason why, like, okay, start here, right? You start here. The reason why you start at this corner specifically right here is because you can block the cart, and they can't really do that, which means they have to wide swing. The problem is for them, on their point of view, is they're only gonna have this sight line, right? You're like, yeah, but that's what you have me playing. Uh-huh. I'll explain why in a second. The problem for them is that they're going to have to wide swing out if they want to get any more value outside of that, which opens up the space for your teammates around the map to be able to have more kills and opportunity. The moment they stop going for you, you go for kills. You go, okay, what if they pressure you? Ready? You back up. Now you're here. You have cover. Now you have a choice. If they don't flank you from behind, you can stay here and get your shield up. If they don't, you can charge out this way, and you can survive. For the most part, we'll probably survive this. And, you know, so I'm trying to show you why you want to do it that way, and instead of it being 3:38 in the clock, your shield's broken, and you're already back at this choke within 22 seconds, now you know, now it's like 2:40 on the clock, and now it's a way different game. Again, positioning can really dictate how the game can start and go, and you opted to kind of basically just end up at the exact default choke spot you don't want to end up at. Like, you put your shield up there and it breaks, but if you're playing corners, you don't have to do that as much, and you just fall over. You see that whole gameplay right there? In my opinion, a lot of that could have been prevented by just starting off with solid positioning. Instead, because you end up gravitating towards the middle of the map, in the middle of the point, they grind your shield down, and you have no opportunity to give yourself multiple angles or team fights to win that. And that's why it's very important. So, yeah. Let's go, DB. That's how it goes. Oh, Trent. So, like, you haven't given yourself any opportunity here on Ryan to do anything. You basically just not played cover, ran at them, and basically fallen over without any opportunity to go for multiple fire strikes, to go for swing plays on them. Like, none of that. Couldn't do any of that. So, said what tanks are good against Zarya? You know, it's hard to say with a recent nerf, because Zarya does get worse. But yeah, heroes like Winston and Rein are fine against Zarya. The problem is this, like, you're just standing in the middle of the open and letting your shield break. You're not doing anything on Rein. Like you're just standing there and letting your shield break. And that's that if you do that as your playstyle, you're gonna struggle in that situation. It's gonna work sometimes, right? I mean, heck, you'll see it in top 500 where I'm like, hey, if you just this Rein's out of position to shoot their shield, we're gonna win this. And like, it doesn't happen because, you know, we want to go for other stuff, and that's fine. Again, you say the Bastion. You say the Bastion's the problem here against it, but like, what? You're right here in the middle of the open. Like, you want to play here. See this corner, stuff like that, okay? Corners like that. Heck, you can go here if you need to, right? But like that's where I'm trying to show you. You're just not even giving yourself opportunity. It's you're standing in the middle of the open. That's it. Cover is very important. You didn't realize that? That's fine. That's why that's good about the spectating, is you can learn off of those, and I'm not going to say you're going to go into your next rank game and play it perfectly with that, but even having the idea and knowing that's a possibility to play like that is a step in the right direction. And that's the idea here, is to get you on the right page with that, and then it can take time. Like right there, like, okay, listen, this is little things like this. You're holding your shield up, your teammates are fine, let it regen. This shield's going to take a little bit to regen, and there's a pretty high chance it'll be back to full by the time you're, like, but by the time, like, the next team fight happens, but, like, why chance it? Why let your shield, you're fine there, okay? Like, let's get that shield back up. All right, what'd you do? Now, this play could go in your favor. Now, you might get rolled, but I want to point out something to you now. You are now finally, for the first time, playing cover against them here, right? And it might be accidental. You have this wall, you have this wall, you have line of sights. So on paper, this is going to be a better engagement for you. Now, obviously, they could pop a bunch of ultimates or something and you fall over. But, like, this engagement is going to be better for you just because of the natural cover the map has for you. So let's see what happens. Big slam, but what's the problem? What was the problem here? Okay, let's talk about it. Let's pause. So you have shatter. You have shatter. You have full opportunity. You have map control. You have every opportunity here to be aggressive and take away some of the space from them, right? You have cover. You have cover if for some reason they do a lot of damage to you early on. You can go hide behind here. You can go to the left over here. You have all this, and what do? You hold your S key backwards, like this. Not even because they did anything, because you saw them. So instead of playing aggressive and playing into what you could do on Rein, whether it's a big shatter, doing a bunch of like swing damage on them, you just hold your S key backwards like this. You give up a bunch of map control, your teammates get grinded down. By the time you can even go for a shatter play, you're down 2, and there's no follow-up because of that. You need to take advantage of those moments here, which we saw, to get the kills around this corner, or like to give yourself opportunity. If you do that, you're never going to get anything going against that comp. You had every opportunity there to make a play, and you just hit your S key backwards. All right, on to Mauga now. So we'll see how this goes. Obviously, Mauga got nerfed recently, so it was a bit worse, but I don't know if this is during the hotfix or not, but like this could be before that patch. All right, I'm ready. Yep. I mean, your teammates didn't heal you for a bit. But see, like, here you played cover. An example of backing up for cover and giving yourself time to be healed. This is like, okay, that makes sense. So, yeah, this is when Mauga was a little bit better. Okay. I got you. Yeah. Cardiac Overdrive gives you that over shield. Nice. Good job. Now, there was nothing, like, spectacular about that whole play sequence there. But what I want to point out to you is you played cover. That cover got you healed, and then because you got healed and played cover, the other team overextended, and then you got kills. You see, like, even like a very, like, simple play like that where you just back up, how that led to good results. That's why I'm trying to get you set up for better results by doing that, okay? Right here, you're technically backing up to cover, and you're doing that, but on Reinhardt and D.Va, that's what you never did, right? You didn't really play cover, and you just played up. So you went from doing it correctly to playing close again. Same thing. It's okay to just play cover.
Tactical visor activated.
Might be able to get a kill, might not. I mean, Carbon Cardiac Overdrive. Yeah. Not much you can do about that. They grinded you down that one. So, that was going to be a tough retake. Good hot take, but you find Mauga so fun. There's something satisfying running around with the 2 big miniguns. Okay. My take on this is I don't think it's really about... I mean, even I've said I find playing Mauga fun. I think it's more on the lines if that's the only hero that's viable in a lot of situations, and that's what made it unfun for people. The hero can be fun. It's just not fun for people if you constantly like, oh, they went this hero, now I can't play any other hero. That's more of the problem. That's where it becomes important to like be like, okay, we need to make sure this hero isn't just running wild all over the place. Like we need to make sure that like at least other heroes are viable, etc. So like I said, I don't think Mauga is not fun. Heck, I mean, I think I've said recently, I think playing Mauga can feel fun. It's just more on the lines of like overall, like if you feel like you have to play a certain hero every single time, or you can only mirror it, and that's the problem. But yeah, anyway.
One. Attackers incoming.
All right. Ooh, okay. You actually have an opportunity here against the Bastion. Now, normally what I would say to you is, okay, listen, Bastion's a really good Zarya counter. But the Bastion might have hecked up here. And let me explain why. While the Bastion perk, which is the one where like you basically shoot rockets, kind of like the old ultimate, is good. It's a very good perk. Against Zarya, I actually like when the Bastion does this because the Bastion can no longer go into turret form. So I can like minimize the damage output that I'm taking from this and survive it much easier than if if the Bastion has turret form. So this is, in my opinion, an okay moment to play Zarya against Bastion. Because technically I think the Bastion nerfed themselves against the Zarya. Not like that perk is really good, by the way. I'm not saying don't take that perk. I'm just saying against Zarya in this specific case, it opens up the doors more for Zarya where Bastion would normally shred you. Is what I'm saying. There's way more counterplay for you now. Like you can bubble your bubble time in the middle of the open. Again, you don't need to run into the middle of the open. You have two things to cover. You have this wall and you have your cart. You don't have to run into the middle like this. That's your problem. Is you're not giving yourself like multiple layers of cover to back up to push forward into. You're just defaulting to the middle of the map, and that's always is what's gonna make you fall over. Okay?
Give them hell.
Yep. Hey, you took the high ground. That's fine. This is okay, though. Because now, yes, there you go. Now you can see the vision of what I was talking about earlier, and you drop down. That's probably fine, actually, to be honest. Okay, you have cover now. You have the cart. You have to your right. So don't default to the middle, like where the Moira was standing. Because if you do that, you won't be able to get healed as easy. Okay, now you have cover. So you can save your bubble probably for the Ana if you get it in time. Yeah, you won't get it in time. Yep, you turn your back to everybody else, and there you go. Start with the corner cover, and then make your way up there. If you run around in circles and do that, you're going to fall over, and that's what's happening. It's the same repeat play over and over again with you on that one, and that's what we need to fix. The good news is, and you know, you're in chat right now, you did say that you didn't realize that you were playing like this or doing this type of stuff. So this is a lot of great information for you to kind of like look at and adjust your tank play style even more so, right? It should just, by default, you'll probably have better games if you even apply half of that when it comes to like just like your position and knowledge. All right. So again, the less you have to think in this game, and you more just kind of like do like a lot of these like position and plays, like it's part of your gameplay. You don't even realize it. Everything else opens up. Your aim, your movement, your decision making, it all opens up because you're thinking about less. Like I always talk about it, like when I in like say a top 500 game, the game actually has slowed down so much for me that like the game may like seem really fast at times, but like it's super slowed down for me at this point. I'm playing Overwatch for so long. It happens with a lot of stuff. As you get like better at something, it slows down how you like process it, and then it becomes a lot like easier. So, I mean, you went for an aggressive play there, and that's fine. I know what you're doing here. Like this is, by the way, you put yourself in bad position again. So if you fall over here, it's because you put yourself in a bad position. Again, you know. Okay, nice kills to start. Jump. Yep. Yeah, the Zarya was a little bit out of position. You could have killed the bubble there. Yep. Too far ahead again, though. Your position's getting you killed. Like this, look what you had to do. You have bad positioning. Okay. You have every opportunity to play the safe corner, which your teammates have line of sight of you on. Obviously, your teammates are falling over. What is going on here? I just love this. This is just you're like, you know what? On to the next game. All right. Where are you going to? I'm going to my next rank game. I've had enough. I'll see y'all later. I'm going to my rank game. Yep. I'll see you. I've had enough of this. I'll go to the next one. Is it very graceful? Yeah, I know. Just, hey, look at me. Oh, that was great. I love that. But yeah, like, I mean, listen. I think you know it by now, right? I think you know it by now. Like, your position and just ain't good. And if you keep defaulting into the middle, like, this is I'm not saying you're going to win the team fight here, but look where your teammates are. Let me ask you a question. Actually, you know what? I don't even have to ask you a question. Are you ready? Watch this. Let's watch your Ana. This is your Ana trying to heal you. Okay, you ready? Let me ask you a question. How can I heal you right now as Ana? Do you see where you're at? You can see it a little bit below the webcam. There's a giant wall in front of you. Okay, I'm the Ana. I need to heal my Ramattra. Okay, I got to heal my Tracer now. Now I need to look at my Tracer. So, in theory, if my tank plays this correctly, I don't have to worry about your HP for a little bit longer. I can heal my Tracer and not worry about this, right? So I don't have to worry about you on the cart right now because, okay, well, if I want to heal my Ramattra, oh, wait, I still can't heal my Ramattra. So, even if this Ana is massively distracted by this Tracer and trying to heal the Tracer, even if oh, wait a second, I can't heal my Ramattra because my Ramatra's out of position. See? So, like, okay, here, oh, go to heal my Ramattra. You're low. Okay, I can heal you now. Do you see what I'm talking about? This is the problem you're running into consistently, is that you just don't position yourself correctly. And this goes for any rank, any tank, any DPS, any support, right? You need to find good positioning. And that's why I talk about it so much, is because it makes everything easier on everybody else when you play that way. And that's what happens. You end up falling over there, your team can't win it, and now it's over, and you're just going back to spawn. So, you know, listen, I'm not even going to get into the mechanical talks with you on things like, you know, work on these mechanics, work on those mechanics. Like, that's going to come with practice and time, and I think that if you improve your positioning, all of that will improve too. So let's talk about it for a second. You ready? Positioning. I want you to start thinking about layered ways to survive with cover. Where's your first escape route? Where's your second escape route? Why is it difficult for the other team to go for you? You start to think that way, the games will get much easier for you as a tank, and then you can think more about your aim, your movement, where you go next, how you set up. Start with that, and I'm telling you, you're gonna make progress, okay? You can see it here that you have good moments, but that position is what's gonna get you. Remember, play corners, play cover, be in line of sight of your supports, the game will get much easier for you. You're not gonna win every game, but your games will feel better. Okay, I can't promise that. Rank's a crapshoot sometimes, but still, there's a thought that counts, right? So you can do it. Apply that knowledge with the positioning, and you got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe to all the YouTubes if you haven't. Leave a comment. All that helps. You want to submit your own spectating in the description below. My Discord, that's where we do that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam. Also stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.